That's why I did that.
Didn't work.
Welcome back to another episode of Never Settle Garage. This is episode 48, 7, 8.
It's a lot.
Somewhere.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Right. Fair enough.
If we all seem tired, it's because we are.
Yep.
I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm fine.
I mean, I'm okay now.
You're okay.
Between
now.
coffee and this.
It took you a whole coffee and a nose to wake up. Really?
Oh, did you get to go get coffee this morning?
I did.
You and Heather went to coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
An hour.
After he begged her like 47 times last night.
It wasn't her, it was him. I was trying
Heather,
to
you want to
get
get
permission.
coffee? Hey, you want to go get coffee?
No.
Heather, you know what sounds good? Coffee.
Yeah.
Broke bitch.
What do you mean broke bitch?
Broke bitch.
How am I broke bitch? How am I broke bitch?
You use
It's all
my
right.
wife for her discount. How dare you?
It's okay that
You
your
don't
only
have
real
to. I
friend
could've
is
went to
Mouse's
Dunkin'.
wife.
Exactly. How dare you?
True.
How dare I?
It's the only person that wants to hang out with you on Sunday morning is his wife.
Yeah.
Just to
I
get
don't know
coffee.
how. I don't know how she does it.
I don't either.
I slept till fucking 10.
I refuse to be anywhere around that man the first hour he's awake because his breath is kicking.
Yeah. Until I go brush my teeth, yeah.
All them damn sleepovers, man.
Sleepovers.
What?
When you guys were kids?
What are you talking about?
I don't think we ever
never
had sleep.
sleepovers.
No.
No shit, we
We
always
were
just pitched.
16. We were 16 and 17 when we met.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
Me and Steven
We
were.
didn't have sleepovers, dude.
Oh, I thought
We got,
you guys have known each other longer than that.
no. We got fucked up and crashed into the other person's house.
I don't even think we did that for real.
Not for a few years.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have sleepovers.
Shit.
Chris, did you? No, you didn't have sleepovers.
I did.
I had sleepovers.
What the hell do you mean?
But
Yeah,
I
I
don't
did.
even think I don't even talk to people.
My favorite one was when we were like, hey, let's have a sleepover. We're gonna freaking like make food and whatnot. But we're gonna co-op complete Gears of War 2 with all side achievements in one night.
Did you used to do the LAN parties?
I used to, yeah.
I used to
See,
do
we
those.
did that in real life.
Yeah.
We had sleepovers, and then we went like at Alex's farm, and then we'd go out in the woods and play fucking airsoft and paintball and shit, and just blast the shit out of each other. And then at night we'd get in trouble because we'd go rage his dad's garden and steal all the freaking strawberries and onion greens.
I used to go play airsoft in the ghetto with
Yeah.
Brandon. It was fun.
Does that really mean it's playing or?
We didn't know. You never knew. You could have shot at somebody that could have shot you back with a real gun or an airsoft gun.
That's kind of a risk.
You never knew.
Idiot.
You're out there playing roulette and shit,
Yeah, what the hell?
You just jumping over fences hoping there's not a dog in the backyard.
and waiting for the cops to show
How
up.
dare you endanger that poor black man's life like that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's the one that thought of it.
That's crazy.
And then he shot his brother in the eye and blamed it on me.
I shot Alex's sister right between the freaking eyeballs.
Yeah.
And she went fishing her dad.
Yeah,
took
we
all her guns away.
broke his mom's window and all types of shit. It was fun.
Nice.
It was fun being a delinquent.
Mhm.
Her
Being,
nickname from then on was
yeah,
Cyclops.
being,
As in past tense?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a delinquent anymore. I don't do bad shit.
Okay.
Not as much anymore.
No.
Yeah, I can't afford it.
Yeah, bad shit got
Getting in
expensive.
trouble gets expensive, man.
Yeah, once you turn like 18, you gotta knock that shit off, dude. It gets really expensive.
True. Very true.
It ain't you're going home to your mom. It's you're fucked.
Yeah, once your parents stop paying for it, it's like
Yours paid for
I guess
it?
I gotta stop.
Every time I called my mom, she said, "You got in there, figure out how to get out."
Oh, you're talking about jail? Yeah, my dad always told me that. He's like, you ever go to jail, you better find your own way out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fucking bailing you out.
Yep, pretty much.
That's how it went, dude.
Yep.
I would call friends' moms before I would call mine.
Sorry, I've done it multiple times.
Call Shakur's mom. Like, man, can you come get me
I
out?
got bailed out one time. My mom bailed me out just because I had a job interview the next day.
I don't know. I never even called my dad. I never even fuck that. No.
Tell him later, like 3 years. Like, oh,
Yeah, I don't think
no,
he
one
still
time.
don't think he knows the amount of times I've been arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, my rap sheet's pretty long.
I've never been arrested, so.
Aren't you lucky?
All right.
Well, you're just such a good kid.
I know.
And they started hanging out with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you can do this shit and get away with it?
He's still like the responsible one of the group, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I might be the oldest, but he's like the daddy of the group.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I'm not calling him daddy.
I'm not either.
You just did.
Yeah.
I'm older than him.
You just did.
Nope, not doing it. I did not.
He's the mentor.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
a
a
life
mentor.
coach.
He's the mentor. The
Yep.
life
I don't
coach.
know, life.
Here's how you stay out of jail.
Hey, I just told him the other day we were working on his car. I'm like,
can you be a life coach without any truly negative life experiences?
I mean, that's true as well.
I mean, if that was the
Everybody
case,
has dark past, whatever. I just don't talk about mine.
I'm great at giving advice.
that was the case, to
I'm
be a
just
life coach.
bad at following my own advice.
I'd be pretty good at being a life coach.
No, you can't.
I've had lots
I'd be
of
a
bad
great
luck.
life
Yeah,
coach.
but you have to have like, I don't know.
Success.
I'd be a great life coach. I'd just be a major hypocrite.
Hey, my life did a
I
complete
mean,
turn.
honestly though, like to be a life coach, you just have to be broke at one point in your life. That's really about it.
Like I
Still
got
there.
one of my soldiers that got a charge for like domestic charge, and he had DUI and different stuff, and he's been in the AA program and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't drank in he's like 8 or 9 months now, and he hits his 1 year mark, gets his 1 year chip in June, and so it's court ordered to do the classes. He has to do it for a year, and I told him, I was like, dude, you've already made it this far, just keep going, man. If you know how it messes with you, just like if it turns you into a certain person, just keep on going, stick with it, you know. While I'm over here a freaking alcoholic, I can give you great advice.
Yeah, but
that doesn't mean I'm gonna follow it.
people act different on alcohol. There's lots of different things that can happen. You just get, I don't know, dumber. Loud.
I get louder.
Mouse, depending on what he drinks, and it determines the day.
I don't get dumber. I just do dumber shit.
I just get tired. I drink and I just fall asleep. Sleepy drunk.
I get sleepy.
I'm more open to
And then I
peer
get
pressure
goofy
than
because
drunk.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Nothing really makes me like rageful or like, you know, people talk about being like a violent alcoholic, or like when they drink they get violent.
So I don't drink around Brie.
I don't get that.
I used to be really bad.
Yeah.
I used to throw chairs at people
Yeah.
for fun.
He used to get
Just
angry,
'cause-
like angry.
I think I remember that.
Just because.
Back when you lived with Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember that.
There's a moment in time where Damlin talked to me. I was like, why won't you, like, did I do something? He's like, yeah, dude, you tried to knock me the fuck out with a chair. I said,
Yeah.
that's wild, bro.
But then at the same time, I don't
wooden
get
chair at me, bro.
I don't get like blackout drunk. I've only blacked out
At Denny's?
twice.
No.
Denny's parking lot.
Twice?
Twice in my life. Once I was 3 times. 2 of those I was roofied. And one was just I was mixing the first one I was just mixing, I was drinking beer, vodka, moonshine, whiskey,
I guess if we're
all
co-
kinds of stuff.
I guess if we're counting roofied, it's twice. No, yeah.
Who's hitting roofie that regularly? You guys are hitting roofie that
Yeah,
regularly?
right.
I got roofied overseas and woke up
Shit
in
was a rave, bro.
jail.
I called you the next morning.
I don't
Confused
think
as
you-
shit.
I don't think you got roofied, dude.
I had a glass of wine that night.
I don't know, dude. I don't think you got roofied, man. I think.
There's no way an a glass of wine did that to me.
I don't know, dude. Something.
Tell you what, you want to hear a roofie story? If you guys make it all the way to the end of this video, comment 2 piece and a biscuit, and I'll tell you my roofie story.
But now they're not gonna watch the rest of the video and just say 2 pieces and a biscuit.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, then I'll change the word at the end of the video.
You heard it here first, folks. That's the wrong word.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's really the
If you want to hear my roofie story in the next podcast, let us know.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because now I just laugh about it. But it was super embarrassing.
Absolutely insane, dude.
Absolutely insane.
Oh well.
Oh, Chris, I found out something interesting that you'll appreciate. They won't care, but you'll appreciate it. So apparently in 1980 to I think it's 86 maybe. But Holding had the Commodore, right?
Correct.
Apparently it came with an RB30 option.
The early ones did actually. Have
I didn't know that.
36 RVs. Yep.
I picked out my next truck.
Hey.
Toyota.
And
Toyota.
topic.
Toyota made their IMV 0. It's that $10,000 truck they came out with.
Yeah, the one that has
It's
no
a single
options.
cab. It has no options, but it's all customizable. So any attachments you want to get for it, it's got flatbed. from the factory, any options you want to get for it or whatever are just bolt-on options. And you have the option of getting it with a diesel and 4x4.
Interesting.
I'm like, ooh. It's only got like 160 horsepower or something like that. It's not crazy, but I was like, that thing would be awesome. That would be my daily driver.
Right. Back to the Commodore thing. Yeah, they did have the RB option for a good while back when the import boom was happening in general. And then they switched over to having the V8 options because they still had the Caprice and the Caprice V. I think the Commodore also had the VSIG option outside of the RB as well too. In the newer years type thing when Chevy was collaborating with Holden with making the Caprice that we know today for US.
That's what I've always been confused about. Is Holden a European
Australian.
Australian version of Chevy? Is it a company of Chevy, or is it just they merge with Chevy for a lot of their vehicles?
They merged with Chevy just for the police car itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they also merged with Ford for the, what is it? There was one they did with Ford because they had their inline six in it too.
Oh,
They've worked with every.
The 300?
The Taurus.
The Taurus, yeah.
The Taurus was originally a Australian car, and then Ford bought some of the
Yeah,
copyrights
because
to
they use
make
it in
that.
the show, right?
Okay.
The Taurus show
Yeah.
is what we turned into. Yeah.
Yeah, Holden's teamed up with so many brands. But I didn't know that it came with an RB30, but it was a single overhead cam.
Correct. Yeah, that was the weird.
I didn't know they made a
Because it's,
single overhead cam for that motor.
They probably did it for maintenance reasons, kind of like
Yeah.
with the 4.62 valves and stuff like that with the Coyotes and whatnot. They decided they wanted to go more performance side, so they added more cams to the overhead setup, whatever, for more independent valve.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you
Yeah.
could swap like an RB26 head on that and make jam.
Yeah, it's the same bottom end. Yeah.
Yeah, like the bottom end is 600-700 horsepower on those.
Yeah. Yep. Which you can't do with a single cam, overhead, but I mean,
It
do
takes a lot more.
V6 or?
Yeah.
No, it's an inline six.
It's an inline six. Yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
RB.
still a major fan of the 300 inline six from Ford.
Yeah, those are really
Love
good too.
those motors.
What motor that Ford designed, the flat top motor,
Yeah.
is the most fascinating thing to me.
Yeah.
Like what they built. And, it doesn't make a whole lot of horsepower. It
The thing is
works.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It never dies.
Right.
It's like the Toyota 1UZ, the V8 Toyota made.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one that you could set a glass of wine on and start the car, and the wine glass doesn't even vibrate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so perfectly
It's
balanced.
yeah, it's so balanced, and they never die. Like those motors just last forever. They don't make shit for power. As long as you don't touch them, they just work.
The
Right.
Toyota isn't, other than, their few cars that were in the sports car circuit, they weren't big on performance. They were always big on reliability.
Well, all those motors were made in.
And even their performance motors are reliable.
They were made in a partnership with, what is it, Suzuki, right? Or is it
That I
Isuzu?
don't know.
It was one of the two. It's either Suzuki or Isuzu. My head down there should have the stamp on it somewhere
Could, yeah.
because
Oh.
they made the 2J.
Yeah, but they also, Isuzu and Suzuki also partnered with Chevy. Hence why you have the Chevy, the tracks, not the tracks, but just like the Suzuki Sidekick.
Yeah. Crap.
You got like the Geo Prism, and then Chevy had a version. And then you got the Suzuki Sidekick, and the Isuzu has a thing that's similar to it.
They had the tracker.
Yeah, the Tracker, Chevy Tracker.
Yep.
And they were all
I
pretty much
always
the
called
same
that the
thing.
Geo Tracker. I don't know why.
Well, Geo had a Tracker. It was Geo and Chevy, but they were both called the Tracker. And Geo was a subsidy of Chevy, I believe.
Kind of, yeah.
I think it was a small brand that Chevy started just to do compact cars.
Probably. Yeah, because we don't really have any Geo, at least in the U.S., we don't have too much of a Geo presence.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
No, the only ones we got are the little stupid hatchbacks that everybody buys for $300.
Well, that and you still see some of the Trackers around.
I still think the Samurai is better.
Suzuki
Yeah.
Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin's friend had one of those in high school, and I always wanted it. I was like, dude, that thing
They're
was so
cool,
much
dude.
fun.
They're fun. My buddy had the Geo Tracker, and they're
I seen somebody put a 2J in one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then drop it. I think I saw that.
It would do wheelies. They would floor it, and it would just
The Toys R Us monster truck.
literally.
Oh man.
I was like, no way.
There's one in town that rolls around during the summertime. It's like an 8-inch lift on it, but it's like no higher than a 2-inch lift forward. It's hilarious, but it's so cool.
I've seen people even, just like they do with like the Volkswagen Beetles and stuff, they take those bodies and they throw them on top of like a Polaris Razor chassis.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah,
Yeah.
they lift it.
That would do it.
Lift it.
It's like 1,000cc Polaris Razor, and then they take the sidekick body and pop it on top.
Yeah, I've seen those. Or I've seen it where they made like a hoop above it.
Oh, so they were rolling over.
They would slam on take the rear brakes off. They would slam on the brakes, and it would just roll.
Yep.
Yep. Seen that.
Diesel Brothers did that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I'm out of beer.
Already?
Do you know me at all?
Y'all need to stop yelling at me.
I don't yell at you as much as I yell at him anymore.
Unbelievable.
But yeah.
Miles isn't even drinking. Well, he might be. I don't know what's in his cup.
Ooh.
So I noticed
He said,
yesterday.
shh.
I noticed yesterday on my trunk lid that the antenna on the trunk itself is starting to peel paint all the way around it. So I guess it's giving me my perfect excuse to do a Commodore trunk with the wing on it. I think that'd be
okay.
really, really nice to have on the Caprice. So, and then the Caprice with the Caprice V's have a different front grille that they have on those cars in Australia. I think I'm going to import one of those over to make it look a little better too.
Yeah, don't they have like the mesh? It's like an inserted mesh.
No, it's not a mesh.
one is
It's
that?
just the bottom skirts, whatever. So it adds fog lights, but it's the like, it's, I don't know what we really call it, but it's kind of like an inlay aerodynamic version of it type of thing. It's not just like, oh, here's the freaking fog light. It's kind of like inset with it and kind of goes with the flow of the car.
Oh,
Looks
so,
really, really
so like an
cool.
old 2000s body kit where it had like that little part where it come out
You know
like.
how like the new tour shows are with their fog lights and stuff? They're just kind of like one pieced into the bumper.
Yeah, and it almost looks like a vent.
Yeah.
That goes on the side of it.
That's what the Caprice V's
Okay.
look like. Is that
Oh,
little
so it looks
vent
like it's got
style.
aerodynamics.
Yep. So I've thought about grabbing one of those if I'm going to buy a trunk from overseas. I may as well use the same shipping and grab that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you get a new bumper, I'm gonna take your bumper and I'm gonna I'm gonna try my hand at fiberglassing and make you a front bumper.
yeah,
Yeah. If you don't want
I
that.
did find carbon fiber splitter kits finally for the Caprice as well too, but they're like $500 just for a little freaking
Yeah.
lip. So, but that might have to wait. But I think that's gonna be good.
Just do it. I did.
All the
Only
time.
By Duraflex.
Right, yeah. What I want to grab is the Commodore's side skirts that go down the side of the car, and then the bumper and the rear bumper will actually be level with everything else. Because if I replace anything right now, the front rear bumper is going to be so much lower than like the side piece of the car, and just looks weird in general. So I might have to do like a full piece kit of a Caprice V, more than likely.
Yeah.
So it should be kind of cool, even yet. So.
Real quick, I'm ashamed. All the times I've been up here, and I'm looking over here, there, and there's a flag sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm
Oops.
disappointed.
Oops.
Why are you disappointed?
Because
Well,
now
look
it
at
has to be
that.
burned.
It's a Marine flag.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck them kids, fuck them jarheads.
Do you think I would let an American flag hit the ground?
No, I'm not saying it was you, but there's other people that come here.
Right. I didn't even notice I was over there until now.
Yeah.
It's Bryce's
Pointed
old
out.
flag. The only one we left up was the Don't Tread on Me because I like that.
I put my new flag up this morning on the front
Yeah.
porch. I got my all black American flag
Nice.
hanging from the front porch.
I'm still trying to convince Jamie to let me hang a pirate flag in front of our house.
For those of you that don't know, the black flag represents, it stands for we'll give no quarter, we'll not surrender to tyranny.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Nice.
for people that don't know why
Well,
I put
if
a
you
black
don't-
flag, it's not because I'm black.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not because he's black, it's because he's a doomsday prepper.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because he's prepared. I'm prepared.
It was that solar.
I got Lion King in my head. I'm like, be prepared.
Stop. After the musical number of Lovely Adam.
Had to get it in there somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Please don't.
he just had to sing.
Stop. Whatever,
Yeah, don't ever do that
Stick to your
again.
day job.
Yeah, I want a pirate flag. I don't know why.
Why do you need a pirate flag?
Because it'll be different. And I like the pirate flag. I don't know. I've always liked it.
I like pirates.
I like Vikings and I like pirates. I don't know
Playing
why.
that video game too much.
I haven't played that game since the last podcast.
I haven't played
No,
any
I
game.
played that game in
I
like
played Commander
3
yesterday.
weeks, 2 weeks.
Magic.
I played D&D yesterday.
I started playing Wildlands again.
I thought that was today.
No, today's Gloomhaven,
Yeah.
but that's not till later.
Okay. I was gonna say the reason we're doing a podcast this early is because you have some.
Well, originally
campaign
we were gonna do it at like 2:30 or 2 or 2:30, but I guess they're not gonna be. They're at some Easter dinner or something. They're not gonna be back till like 4.
This next weekend.
Yeah. Fair. Fair enough.
Are we gonna do an Easter podcast or is everybody doing shit?
I'll be in.
Not you. You're not doing shit.
I'll probably be
Do I
busy.
look religious at all?
No.
That's
I mean, me
See my
neither.
mom or
we
some
get
shit.
together for food, and that's
Might
really
do that
about
today.
it.
Honestly.
Yeah, we're just doing a late lunch, early dinner, I think.
I don't know what I'm doing.
My answer.
But there's kids, so I'm assuming we're doing an Easter egg hunt somewhere.
Yeah, so my aunt's making food and then taking it over to my grandparents' house. So we're gonna go over there and hang out with them since grandma can get out of the house too far. So
We're doing it at my house.
Just give them wheels like we did in my grandma. She'd be
Is he on
dumb.
house arrest?
in a sense, yeah,
We gave my grandma wheels and she's never been more mobile in her life.
yeah. No, he's.
That bitch be zooming.
Excuse me.
We got her. She's got an electric one now, bro.
Oh shit.
She'd be in that bitch like.
He's at a stage of his life where he needs assistance for certain things if he can't do it, type of deal, like get out of a chair or into bed or anything like that.
Does he
So-
tell people to fuck off? I can do it myself.
No,
Oh, he's not as stubborn as my grandma.
no, he's pretty good. So
It's okay. They told my grandma not to get out of her wheelchair. I walk in the house one day and this bitch is using her arms to hold herself up over the sink doing dishes while just elbows holding her up.
oh, wow.
I'm like, you stubborn bitch.
That's how I think my grandma's gonna be. She's gonna be in her wheelchair and like every 2 feet push the mower forward, but not roll her wheelchair up to it, push the mower again. Can't keep her away from lawn care in general. She freaking loves it. So
That's my mom. My mom used to yell at me because I used to try to mow the grass to earn, some money.
Yeah.
My mom'd be like, no, I want to do it.
yeah,
So I'd go to mow the gate in the neighbor's yard.
You
yep.
charge your grandma to mow her grass.
No, but I'd get an
You're a
allowance
piece
if I
of
did
shit.
fucking work.
That'd be fair. Yeah, I always mowed the grass for free, but I also
Yeah, I was just always told to do it. Hey, get your ass out there and mow the grass.
Did you get an allowance?
No.
I did, and that was part of my chores.
fair.
Until my mom decided, no, I like doing it better. Stop doing it.
My allowance was, I had vacations.
Walk out the front door, the
Vacations
lines
and
look
shit.
like
Well, I
this.
didn't take vacations because we were broke, Adam.
Oh.
Yeah, Adam, we're broke.
Yeah.
If we wanted to go somewhere, it was to Miller Park because it was free. And we only went to the zoo on the one day it's free a year.
Fair. It's about. It sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. Some of us didn't grow up with white parents.
Yeah.
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 All right. Did you grow up with white parents?
My mom is not white, okay? First and foremost.
His mom is more ghetto than his dad. Her stepdad, I guess.
Yes.
He's whiter.
Yes. My mom is far from it, dude.
Mhm.
Oh goodness. But yeah.
Yeah, white people do have poverty too, damn it.
I know they do.
Oh yes.
I just didn't. My parents were real smart with money.
Well, my parents were stupid with money.
Yeah, what are you trying to say? My parents are stupid?
No.
Fucking asshole.
We had a roof over our head and we had some cookies in the cabinet.
Yeah, bitch.
We didn't have a computer or nothing.
We
but-
had the necessities.
Yeah, cookies and lights.
I'm not looking down at you at all.
Feels like it, dude.
Yeah, it feels like you're this tall. And I'm
That's
this
all
tall.
in perception, man. That's your own fault
sick
for
of it.
seeing it that
People have
way.
been looking down on me my whole life. It's because I'm 5'7".
And you're,
Right.
yeah, and 300 pounds.
We're not arguing about this.
5'6".
Dude, we have to, dude.
We already used a tape measure.
No, dude, no. That was a janky tape measure.
That was a DHL quality tape measure.
Exactly,
like an inch.
DHL quality, dude. It's-
I mean, if you want to be more off, we can use military grade.
I'm telling you, dude, we're getting you on the next podcast. James does a physical.
Then turn your head.
You're not holding.
We're not doing that.
You're not holding my balls and making me cough.
I'm not doing it. I'm not a doctor.
Neither am I.
Oh goodness.
We're seeing.
We're getting physical.
Physical. I know it popped in my head too.
Is this a podcast or a musical?
Fuck you, dude. Keep on singing, dude. What the hell?
Oh man. We've all been pretty physical lately. We were just talking about that when we got
We were talking about that when we got here.
What?
We've all been pretty physical lately.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
No, it's okay. We'll have your next girlfriend explain it.
Eventually.
I know what it is, and he knows what it is, and I know what you did.
Last Halloween.
No, this morning.
Why is my wife spilling secrets to me? That's gross, dude.
It's the coffee.
Why are you asking?
I didn't.
He just told you.
We were just talking, and that came up.
Oh my god.
Why are you spelling his wife's secrets?
I spilled no secrets. The only people that understand are you, and me. They don't know.
True.
I'm sure they can put two and two
I've
together.
never understood it.
I'm just confused.
We were talking about how you were still asleep and Jamie was still asleep, and then that came up. So, Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, you're no longer allowed to get coffee with his wife on Sundays.
I don't care what you did,
I'm
dude.
kidding.
Yep. Pretty much.
How's the I heard you have a new change in career path.
Kind of, yeah. So I was gonna go into banking and start that line of career just to learn the banking system and how it works and all the good stuff, whatever. The biggest fascination to me is like I like observing how people use money, and then I take like the goods and bads of that and learn from the bads, obviously, and then take the like advantageable points of that I don't know about from that portion of it. The biggest problem that I had with that is I was going to get paid literally a third of what I just came from, so that was kind of a decision maker for me. I do have interviews lined up for this week to go back into manufacturing, but it's in agriculture versus the manufacturing for cars.
So Brant.
So Brant, yeah.
That's exactly what my brain went.
So that's going to be my holdover time. I've been talking with a few other people that was going to help get into like maintenance jobs and stuff in general. There's a lead for a company that does work for CAT. When stuff comes off the assembly line, their crew goes in and puts in the missing parts that they didn't put on for the
As long as you're
assembly
not
line
working
itself.
for CAT.
Right, it's a separate company, yeah.
Yeah.
So and they pay really good as well too.
CAT's moving a lot of their operations.
That
to
will
Texas.
push me more to like almost 2 times what I was making in my last one too. So it just I'm looking for experiences that I don't have because I don't want to go back and do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So we know the definition of that. So I'd rather
Cat's
just
moving older shit to
continue.
Mexico from here.
I'd rather
Texas.
just continue, on the growing path. If I'm going to have
Texas.
a career change, I'd rather have a career
outside
change
of
that's
Dallas.
similar to what I already know, and then potentially make an impact from what I've learned at a bigger corporation to help a smaller corporation, and kind of go from that direction.
There's a lot of companies like that are moving.
Take what I learned and put it into practice, and then move forward that
with
direction.
everything going on with
Brant sucks.
That's fine.
I've heard it's gotten better.
Yeah, well, they got rid of the bitch. What's her name? The one who thought she knew what she was doing, but didn't know the difference between socket sizes.
Oh.
Yeah.
The one who used to try to tell me how to do my job, but couldn't figure out how to get the back of the sticker
Yeah,
off.
because my mom.
All you did is put
my
stickers
mom
on.
worked
It's
there
not
for a
that
little
hard.
bit after you left, I think.
Yeah.
And she said that that girl got fired.
She did. She got fired.
quit.
Yeah, my boss that used to be my supervisor texted me and said, "I'm sorry I took your job because they just did the same bullshit to me."
Oof.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I almost called that.
Yeah.
I knew that shit was happening before.
Let's say I don't plan on going up in that company. I just want something that's
Hold you
I
over.
go in at a certain time and I leave at a certain time. Like I'm not looking for like overtime here and there and all this other
Yeah.
crap, whatever. Like I want a
It's a holdover
job that makes.
But no, I think because you brought it up that day, and I think going into trades would be a smart move for you.
I don't know.
You can talk to Pablo. Is over at Local 99
I don't want to do
for HVAC. Well, he does HVAC, but Local 99 does plumbing, pipe fitting,
Welding.
HVAC, welding, all kinds of stuff. So
I have thought about switching MOSs because I saw a opening for a 91 Echo, which is Allied Trades, which is welding and shit like that,
Yeah.
fabrication and stuff. So I might do that.
Yeah, do that. We need to
do that.
yeah.
Go over to Local 99 for pipe fitters.
Well, there's a bunch. You can get a bunch of certificates just for having that job.
Yeah. So go through your
Job training.
reclass school, yeah. And then check out. If you want, I can talk to.
It's okay, Adam. I don't know what I'm doing yet. These are just thoughts.
Well, if it comes to it, my uncle is in Local 99 as a pipe fitter,
My
and I can
brother
talk to
is
him.
in local
He's a
99 as
journeyman.
welder.
Yeah, he's a welder, pipe
Yep.
fitter. So
I'm not in Local 99 or have been in Local 99.
I'm trying to get into. Was it 126? I got my interview April 3rd
Okay.
for Electricians Union, IBEW, to get an apprenticeship with them.
Nice.
So
There you go.
hopefully that goes well. I interviewed last year, didn't make the cut, and they say that it could take a while. So this year they say you got to know some people. So this year I actually made some connections that are gonna basically sponsor me, vouch for me to try, and one of them's even gonna try and sit in on my interview panel. Been there for 30 some years or whatever.
I had a couple of leads get brought to me a couple of days ago as well to move down to Texas for some jobs down that way for starting $50 an hour plus.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
So we'll see.
You can work oil fields down there and make a ton of money. Even base salary jobs down there pay
Crap.
outrageous if you work in the oil fields.
Yep.
I thought about that with my CDL because they have the drivers down there that drive
Yeah.
oil fields and stuff, and they make like 150 to 200 a
So
year.
I am putting off moving to a different state for this year because of my grandpa's health in general. So if it does turn out what I think it's going to do, it's going to happen more likely this next year and a half-ish area. So I'm just kind of holding that off. Once that's done with and everybody's stable and all the good stuff, whatever, I'm either going to go back up to Minnesota where I really want to be and do the warehousing world up there. I have several leads up there that will put me straight into GL or higher positions type of thing and make the same amount of money, but I'm just kind of playing the waiting game right now. I'm just kind of enjoying, like I haven't had, like in the 2.5 years I was working at Rivian, I never had an actual like summer to go on the weekends to go to car shows or go to drag events or go to XYZ. So I'm looking for a job that allows me to do that, to get me through and actually enjoy life for once, whatever, and then I can go back into my grinding state and actually put myself to the next
That's
level.
kind of where I'm at. I want more life and less work.
So
My grandpa are in the same boat, so grandma's not
You
too
ha-
far away.
I'm gonna say this one more time. Dude. You have so many vacation days. You can take a 3-day weekend if you really want to for probably the next couple months.
Probably.
Yep.
Use them, dude. Nobody gives a shit if you take a day off.
Yeah.
No, I do because then
And
you
then-
lose out on the overtime.
No,
That-
you don't.
And then the next podcast, Mouse is gonna be like, "Man, this week sucked. I had to do James's route all week."
I don't care.
Yeah. I would say if you play your cards right, whatever, you won't lose overtime.
If you work overtime, the other 4 days you're at work, you're not losing overtime.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, dude.
and you get paid for another straight out 8 hours on top of that. That's
Exactly.
even more overtime.
You know what I wish they would do is do it by our average hours like that Blue Beacon would do. I wish they would just do that. I'd be more apt to take my vacation.
Yeah,
you
You don't have to take a whole week every time. That's what I'm
No, I know. Well, I'm trying to plan a trip to go to Jersey right now. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to drive or fly. I've been trying to find cheap flights.
Well, then again, at Blue Beacon, we were all freaking workaholics.
Yeah.
So we all went in there and we're like, "Rain day? Oh yeah, sure, I'll come in." Like, Who cared? We're all
Yeah,
suits.
but
We didn't
the way
care.
they did vacation at Blue Beacon is they took your average hours because they knew you worked overtime. So whatever you worked a few weeks before that, your average hours, that's what you got paid out for that week of vacation.
Yeah.
So if you did a bunch of overtime, you got paid that overtime even while on vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is the way it should be.
Even then, the average hours, I think my average hours at the weekend was like 38 and a half.
Must suck to be you. Mine was 57.
I
And a
think
lot
I
of
think
days.
overtime should be accrual rate by the amount of hours worked, not just the average of pay.
Well, mine was accumulated when they had all that crap going on where they weren't, for like 2 years, they wouldn't even allow overtime.
Yeah.
So if you got even close to 40 hours, they're like, nope, stay your ass home.
I never had that issue. Brian was calling my ass all the time. He was like, "You want to stay till like 6 so I can run break?" After I came in at 8, I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, man.
Why not? Yeah.
Stay till fucking 8
Yeah.
at
I
night."
I still
just
did
know-
that, but then they were like, no overtime. So guess what? Then I ended up with a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, I just know that my 2.5-year grind that I put myself on, like I knew, like in the mentality set when I went into Rivian was, I'm going to put my all into this. I'm going to do as much hours as I can, whatever, get as much money as I can. And then I kind of do like the jump and pull back method almost. Like I put myself really into it and then try to figure out how to make the same amount of money with less hours, and I'll jump back into it again to go to my next pack bracket up and up and up. And like it's a brutal way of doing it, but it's the most honest way of doing it, of learning like every little bit of detail along the way as well too. You kind of learn things that you can't normally do with just job hopping itself, whatever. Going, okay, I learned this, I'm gonna go over here, and you have no time to actually apply that same skill, whatever, to actually be good at it. So
Yeah, where I'm at with it is trying to draw back on all the extra shit I do at work. Trying not to do extra shit, but still make money somewhere else.
yeah, that's
That's
my next
what
thing.
we're-
That works out in
working
the
on.
auto industry. But like,
I was
I'm in
saying,
logistics.
Adam-
I don't have a choice but to job hop. I literally, for the last 3 years since I got my CDL, it's been, start at one company, and that doesn't work out. Go to another company, and then, okay, this company works like this. I don't like their management, or they have a lack of benefits here. Then I go to another company and get a different skill. So like I went from driving a heavy duty wrecker to driving reefer trucks, and then I went from driving reefer trucks to Rivian, but then I went to driving cement trucks
Right.
and dry vans.
Different.
So getting different experiences in logistics. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of companies, at least around here, where you can go and get your flatbed, you can get your reefer, you can get your dry van, you can get all that different kind of straight truck, all kinds of different experience in one company. You end up having to go to another company to get that experience.
Yeah.
You want to drive a toter home? No? You don't want to drive a toter home?
Yeah.
I'll pay you good.
It's not that I could. What do you want?
Well, if I'm competing in FD, somebody's got to drive a toter home, and I don't trust myself with that big of a rig.
I'll drive it. How much you paying me?
We'll figure that out when we get there. We'll talk to sponsors.
2 Red Bulls and a case of beer.
15%.
And all you got to do it when you get to the track.
If I'm getting 15%, you better win. So that 15% is big.
They don't make much. In
If you
FD.
lose and I make $300, I'm like, well, that was a
They don't-
waste.
They don't make much in FD. All their money comes from their sponsors, not winning.
Yeah. So okay, so
That's why we
Whatever's-
get GHL as a sponsor.
Good. I mean, they did funny cars. So.
and they do NASCAR.
Yeah.
NASCAR too.
Yeah, nobody in the United States knows what they are. 'cause
Don't they
nobody-
have F1?
Yeah, they
too?
do.
Yeah, they have that fun team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't have a
I'm
drifting
pretty sure
team
they have an
though.
F1 team.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, it sounds like somebody needs to hit the fucking track for once.
Yeah.
Well, start getting your practice
That's the
in. Get up there. get
Here's,
some
you want to know
sponsors,
why I'm
and
going
I'll
to
drive your
Jersey? You
truck.
want to know why I'm going to Jersey?
Why?
To go to a drift school.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, when's
Go-
that?
As soon as I get this trip planned and then get the time off, which won't be a problem.
And get the money to do it.
I can do it for under $1,000. I think if I plan on it, I can do the whole trip under $1,000.
Well, I can get a car trailer, and you figure out your trip.
I don't need to take my car. They have
Oh.
school cars. I'm just gonna go there and do a school car.
Oh, well,
Because
yeah,
their
I
school
don't
cars
even need to
are
go.
no, that's something I'm just gonna go do by myself. Like Jamie's not even going. I was like, this is something I'm just gonna go do.
So I'll let you go drift, and I'll go look for Snooki on a boardwalk.
You on a boat walk? And there's a shop down there I want to go visit and talk to.
Just so I could tell her she ratchet.
Snooki ain't ratchet.
Girl, you ratchet.
You ratchet. But yeah, I want to go down there to the drift school and do like an 8-hour class, or well, I think it's 6. I think they only do like a 4-hour class and a 6-hour class. But I'm gonna do that for a day, go visit a shop the next day, and then come back here.
Yep.
And then there's some night events in St. Louis that me and Steven were talking about. trying to
Yeah,
go
come
to.
to New Jersey soon.
Yeah.
Jimmy Oaks, watch the fuck out, dude.
I really,
your neck,
I
bro.
really want to hit him up and see if I can come tour the shop
I would.
while I'm there. I want to go see his.
Watch
shit.
out, brother.
I don't know if I'm
There's-
gonna film.
So, there's a new big swinging dick in town,
He just can't see
and
it.
his name is Mouse.
Stop it.
I am
You are.
master mechanic, master
Masturbation.
fabricator, master.
You get up there and we'll see. You get up there and let me know.
Master,
I might be your driver.
master comedian, master,
Fine, you can get my driver, sit on the back of the toter home and drink
master
beer.
race.
Exactly. Just watch the race and drink beer the whole time. I'm down.
We'll set up a TV under the tent and you can sell t-shirts while you're there.
Boom. Done. Easy. It's easy as pie.
And Mouse is gonna be telling me how much I suck on the mic.
Fully serious. Hey, you only kind of suck.
I'm just gonna get that sticker that goes on my fucking.
You're not that bad, really. You just got a lot that you can learn.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I got a lot to learn.
And we will be here every step of the way.
I mean, you have mostly like the fundamentals
I do.
down, but
I have the fundamentals, and I can tell what the car's fundamentals. I caught that.
big words.
As soon as I said that, I caught it. But yeah, and like my car control, it's up there now, better than way better than what it was when I first got that car.
Right.
When was the last time you drove that car?
Yeah, but then again, every car is different, so.
A couple weeks ago, before I tore it apart again,
Yeah.
I took it out just to up and down the street and did a little donut down there at the fire station, just to see if those tires would slide. Which we're gonna have to air those bitches up to like 60 psi because they're like 35 right now, and that's way too much goddamn grip. I was going way too fast in a circle. I gotta loosen that shit up so I can get used to it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I did a couple just to see how sticky those tires were. Very sticky.
yeah.
Yeah. They're also 1.5 inches wider.
Yeah, there's a lot more grip surface.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're gonna make drag week this year?
Just contemplating still on that one, if I'm able to or not. It's gonna fall in because I can always do it last minute as well too. It's what I did in 2022 when I was on drag week. I just showed up last minute, whatever, and got registered, and we went on the trip. Patrick wants me to go. He's going to have his twin turbo Mustang set up. He wants to do drag week as well this year as well. So he's kind of like pushing me to do the same thing, whatever. Since he was my rider, passenger, whatnot for 2022, it'd be kind of cool to have a dual brother combo running really high numbers and stuff like that. And Dad's probably going to go as well too with his new Studebaker. So it's kind of turning into like a whole family event type of thing, and several different classes and all.
Well,
that
I might be
jazz.
looking
So-
for a rider in, I think it's June 13th or July 13th. There's a bike show over at Station Saloon. And if I still have the Honda at that time, and it's not sold by then, I might be looking for somebody to ride it over there, and I'll take the Harley. Somebody that has riding experience. I know you do. I mean, I know plenty of people, but
Right.
it's different people that I trust, you know.
Right.
I'll
Fair
do it.
enough.
It's fine.
No thanks.
Don't look at me, I'll throw that bitch.
You can hardly stay on a bicycle. Look at your teeth.
That would get it.
When's the last time you tried to do a backflip or anything on a motorcycle?
You don't do backflips on motorcycles unless it's in a
People
dirt
do.
bike.
Yeah.
And you go off a big ramp. You don't just.
I went off a big ramp on a bicycle and tried to do a flip.
Yeah.
I said, "Watch me, I'm gonna do a flip," and then I
Yeah.
ate the ground.
It's a bad idea.
Concrete's hard. Did you know that?
That's right. Not riding my motorcycle.
It's okay. I'm gonna make Mouse go with me on a drift week one of these.
I'm gonna get Steven
one
to
year.
bring his out.
Huh?
We're
That's
gonna-
fine.
We're gonna
I'll
do
go.
We're gonna do a drift week one
I'll
of
go.
these years.
I'll go. I'll
Hell
go.
yeah.
I'll film. I'll have plenty of funny moments.
Yep.
Do it for the vine.
Pull over! I gotta pee.
The only thing is we're gonna figure out what car we're gonna do it
Pulls
in.
to the gas station, crunch.
Because I don't really wanna. I don't know if I trust that thing going across country.
I don't trust it.
You don't trust that thing
I
going?
don't trust that thing.
What if I put a new motor in it?
I don't think
That car?
I don't trust
No.
that thing going anywhere hot.
Anyway, yeah, we don't have AC. That's right.
Yeah. I'm not going.
That's like the whole
I am
spirit
going
of drag week. Is
nowhere
AC,
hot
like
in that thing,
90
dude.
degree weather, 40%.
Yeah, we don't need to be smelling ourselves for hours.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Especially
So
with
you
the
just
leather.
tow
it's
it.
okay. No,
Ugh.
you can't tow it on drift week. You have to drive
You
it.
have to drive.
You
it.
can tow it to
Definitely
the first
drive
track, and then you have to drive the rest of the week.
Yep.
It's the same. It's
Same as
Where's it go?
Same as drag week.
They do it in different areas all the time. They've done one on like the east coast, and they've done one on the west coast. They've done one in Texas because you can literally drive for days in Texas.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, you set out there's like 5 track days, and you have to drive in between.
I'm just waiting for the
Right.
day that James tries to take.
But yeah, like if
If you
anybody,
gotta talk Jim into doing it.
if anybody has
He can't
not-
breathe right now, bro.
He's on his last limb. He's got to do something, man.
Is he talking about Jimmy you work with?
Yeah.
Our boss.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got a
If
cougar.
anybody has not done a drag week experience, like Essence, whatever type of deal, if it's like a 2 or 3 day event instead of a full 5-6 day event, like the experience that you get off of that is so much more different than just like a track day or a drift day or whatever the case may be, because the amount of people that you meet, the hospitality between everybody as well, just willing to help people out through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen the sportsmanship like this, like in any other event. Like everything else is being
It's
like
the same
super
thing.
competitive any other place. Like they're still driving to compete, but everybody has the same goal, of just
See,
making.
that's the
something.
thing about Drift Week is there's no competition.
Right.
I mean, what they do like throughout the week, they do like a game where like whoever earns the most points gets a trophy.
Right.
But like it's more like skill challenges. Like they'll have 2 trash cans set up, and who can get the e-brake
Well, and then
into between the trash cans and shit like that.
Well, it separates like the competitive side where it's like sponsored based. Like they don't really do much of the work of the car itself. They just go, hey, engine builder, I need this motor to do blah, whatever. Like Drag Week has people that literally work on their own cars and know so much about like every little detail about cars and stuff like that, that you can like, see somebody on the side of the road that needs like a freaking timing change out or something, whatever on the car, and the person that's driving it doesn't know it, but the person behind them like, oh yeah, this is easy, you just do this, whatever. Like it's so much of a different competitive sport, whatever, that it's actually good because they want to see you finish, if not, finish first. In the
That's
thing.
what I love about the motorcycle community. Is it's a completely different animal. It's similar to that, but versus you get cars, people get so competitive, and you get that in bikes too. But for the most part, you're riding, and everyone else on 2 wheels. It doesn't matter if you're riding a freaking moped or you're riding a big bagger.
Yeah.
You get respect, and they show respect, and it's one of the things I want to do is I want to find eventually I want to do a performance bagger build, so I want to get like an old, like maybe a 2006 like old version of a Road Glide, and really do a performance bagger build out of it,
Good. Yeah.
and do I always said I will never do a poker run because it's just, I mean, you can be easy on it, but so many people just get stupid and irresponsible. Because a poker run, for those of you that don't know, a poker run is literally, you say you got anywhere from 100 miles to 400 miles, or 1 to 500 miles or whatever, and you get a big group of people, and you literally just hit bars along the way. You make a route and you hit bars along the way, and people just get dumb and stupid and irresponsible with it. That's why I said never do that, but I would love to do like a Sturgis ride or ride down to Bike Week in Daytona or something.
The purpose of the poker ride is to get a hand dealt to you at each one of the checkpoints, whatever, to get a poker game, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
But people just get dumb with it. I would love, one of my big goals is to make it to, I want to go to Bike Week in Daytona. And I'd love to take the ride all the way down there, hit like Tail the Dragon on the way down in Tennessee, and go all the way ride all the way to Daytona. It'd be a long trip, but it'd be fun.
Right.
Yeah, like I think that's most of the car community, because like with Drift Week, a lot of the guys will all group up together and just get big Airbnbs throughout the entire trip.
Yep.
They all hang out together. They all go to the same restaurants, and like they'll be swapping transmissions at the tracks.
Yeah.
Like you'll have like everybody helping you out
And you
trying to
make
get-
a lot of connections that way.
and trying like
Because this guy might have connections that you don't have, and whatnot. It's
well,
crazy.
like when somebody's car breaks on Drift Week, they'll post on Instagram, "Hey, does anybody have a shop near here that I can use
Yeah.
to lift?" And like random people will just be like, "Yeah,
Exactly.
come by."
Same
The
thing.
camaraderie, everything is just amazing.
When you like drive or you ride with a group of people, it's like my family founded Goodfellas Motorcycle Club in town. It's basically just a bunch of older guys that like to hang out, do stuff, do charity and stuff for the community. It's not like what you think of when you hear motorcycle club. It's not a motorcycle gang. It's a club, you know. And they're all there for support. Like I started hanging out with them, and they're just like, "Hey man, this guy knows how to do body work. This guy's good with engines. This guy works on Harleys. This guy works on imports." You know, and there's so much support out there. You get that camaraderie, and especially when you ride together, you start to get the feel for how each other rides and stuff. And I've even picked up riding with them. I've picked up, you know, different riding methods and skills and stuff that I use to this day.
Yeah, that's how our group is. Our group of friends, we literally have a guy for everything.
Yeah.
There's not something I could think of that I can't either hit one of you guys up and you know someone, or I know someone that can do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the best thing about car community, bike community. That's the best thing about, it's never been the type of sport or anything where like everybody, it's not like basketball where everybody's like
Out for
against the other
themselves.
team. And yeah, you're not out for yourselves. It's everybody together is trying to do a collective thing and grow the community.
Well,
Exactly.
We do it because we love the sport.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
And honestly,
It's with it, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Friendly competition.
it's a part of one of the biggest things. I think one of the biggest aspects of it is we're trying to save the motorsports community atmosphere industry. You know, and granted, yeah, you still have NASCAR and F1, and you still have the Le Mans and all that. You know, but that is that stuff is less
High dollar, white collar.
helping each other, and high dollar corporations, and everyone's kind of out for themselves. But the actual car community it's been a dying breed for a while, and you know this is everybody trying to come together to save it.
Well, with all the tracks shutting down and you got all these neighborhoods moving in and shutting down
All
tracks.
these darn emission laws and all this crap going on with their trying to change cars so much.
Even with like Formula Drift, like they'll talk on Formula Drift. Some of the drivers, if your car's broke and you need an axle, they'll take their spare axle for their car. If there's a break, they're fucked. They'll take their spare axle and give it to you so you can run your event.
Right. Yep.
Like even in the highest form of competition, they're all super friendly with each other and all willing to help each other out.
Yeah.
Like I've watched drivers hop out their car when they crash into a guy and run over and bridge on his car.
If you want to get into another version of drag, I know a guy, the guy that owns, I don't know if he still has it or if he already sold it.
Adam, that's
But
a different type
the
of
guy
guy.
that owns Alexander Collision Center is over off of Lafayette, is big into motorcycles. He has a Sportster that he built for drag racing that's got the drag bars on it, all that shit. The thing is a monster.
Drag racing motorcycles is never.
It's not really appealing to me because it just looks super freaking dangerous.
I think that's the one
But-
motorsport I think I'll never.
I don't think I'd ever do that. either.
Motorcycle racing is another freaking animal.
Don't get me wrong. I would race on it. I'd go on
I
a
love
track like with curves and shit.
Yeah,
I would do something like that.
I would do Moto X,
Nope.
like dirt bikes.
Yeah.
I would do Moto X hands down. I would love that. I think I'd have a blast with that.
But drag racing, I don't want to be on a bike going 240 miles.
But
an hour
you go-
on a sticky surface and a wall at the end.
Nope.
You know?
Yeah, but you get into
Yeah.
guys that are on like street bikes or even just like Moto Street, you know, street bike racing. You got guys that do the same thing, but they're on performance baggers. So they take like Harley road glides and they build the shit out of them. They're making 150 plus horse, and then they're racing them around a track. It's insane because those bikes weigh anywhere from 800 to 1,200 pounds.
It's a weird concept, but I feel more comfortable going sideways than I do upright in a straight line.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just.
Yeah, I feel like on a bike, I'd be more comfortable going around a track and braking and speeding up and braking than I would just.
Because I feel like I'm more with the bike when
Yeah.
I'm doing the rotations.
More in control of the bike. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because like doing that shit, you're basically just putting a rocket underneath your legs and just
Exactly.
Right.
Well, that's riding a motorcycle, period.
Well, no,
High power.
no.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially those bikes, you know, it's nuts. The drag racing they do on those is
It's like funny cars.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know of at least
Shit
two
scares me.
people that actually
Did you see the
drag
guy
race
who just
bikes.
broke the record?
Oh yeah.
land speed record.
No.
It's I think it's like just like the fastest time
Time record.
recorded.
Yeah, for a funny car, I think it was like
I think it was like
340.
I don't.
I think it was 340
On a quarter mile?
or 339.
Jesus.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, the funny cars, yeah.
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 Yep. They did break another record.
Those things are insane.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I feel like in those you just push the button and you're
Yeah.
like, wow!
Yeah.
And then you're done.
a quarter mile in less than 4 seconds, and you're going 220 mile an
Yeah.
hour. Like,
Like at that point, I don't know if they do anything
I
in
think
the
his
car.
top
but,
speed was like 262 or something.
that's insane.
I'm gonna say funny cars are in the 300s. Like it was there was one funny car pass that was like 3. Oh, what did I see? It was like
I seen one that was like 320, 326.
That's crazy.
334, 332, something like that. Whatever.
Considering
I don't
most
remember.
drag races are in, you know, like what you have, and you're running, your goal is to get 10 seconds or under.
Right. It was
You know, or
like-
under 11 at
like-
least.
Like even my 1121 pass, I was doing 121 miles an hour and a quarter.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
All right, that's insane.
Chris is over here like, whoa! And those
Yeah.
guys are like,
So
woo!
when I'm not even gonna lie, the first time I ever launched a Caprice at a track, I mean, granted it was a 12-second car at that time. I've never owned a 12-second car at that
Yeah.
point. Like my Crown Vic was cool and all, but I did 8th mile stuff with it. I never actually did a full 12-second thing. But the Caprice launches as a 10.5 car, or whatnot, but it still ran at 12 because the tune that I had in it at the time, whatever, like the 6L80s have a way different gearing structure than a 4.
It doesn't continue the pull.
Right, exactly. So you have first, second, and third gear that just freaking haul ass, whatever, just because it can, and then you're not like you get to the quarter mile and you're in 5th gear, you're not in 6th gear or anything like that. Like you still have more to go. So like the first launch of it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
And then once I got to drag week and I started making like the 11-second pass, like you feel your whole face like just freaking like getting pushed back in general, just from the sheer G's that you
I missed my opportunity when I took Steven
I think Miles found it. Hold on.
2 weeks ago. Oh, okay.
341.
Yeah, it was 330.
So I was
341.
close.
341 miles an hour. And a
3.8 second pass.
quarter. Ridiculous.
Fuck that.
But
dude.
we were talking about me,
Like
Steve,
4
my
Gs,
truck
maybe.
racing Steven's truck. And, well, was it last week I took Steven to go get Taco John's or whatever? And I took him in my truck. And it had kick, but I had disconnected the throttle control module. So I was like, oh, here's my chance. And I was like, oh, I didn't plug that back in. Is that throttle? It's crazy that one little, I unhooked it because it was throwing the computer out of sync. So it was fooling the computer, and the computer was thinking that there was something wrong with the throttle position sensor. So it would trip and cause a drag in horsepower and power, So I'd have to plug in the scanner and delete the code. So that's why I unhooked it. But when you have it, it's a $40 part that you literally just plug in, and it's insane how much it affects. Because Chevys are really known for having, unless you seriously build the motor, they're known for having a throttle lag. So when you get on it, you compress the throttle almost halfway before that thing will actually accelerate or downshift. When that gets rid of that. So when I had that hooked up, you just tap the throttle and that thing just wants to go.
It defaulted to your second fuel mapping basically.
Exactly.
That just makes it tame in general. Like I have on my car, I have 2 fuel maps. I have a default one whenever there's an error code gets thrown or a temp gets hit or whatever the case may be. It will default and take 28 degrees of timing out of the car, or whatnot, and just make it drivable.
So I'm gonna get a hold of JD and see if he can make some adjustments. Because I know that he can adjust some of that stuff with the timing and everything on the computer, and see if he can adjust it to where I can get a little more kick out of the throttle on it. Instead of, having to give it 60% throttle
You can
in
even
order
look
to downshift.
into, there's a plug-in company. It's Pedal Commander.
Yeah.
They make plugins that literally will plug into your OBD2 port, and they have different settings on there for your
Yeah.
throttle.
Well, that's what this is. Except it doesn't go in your OBD2 port. What it is you unplug your throttle position sensor, you plug that into that plug, and then you plug it into the module, and then you have different settings. So you have like an eco mode, you have an off mode, and then you have 3 performance modes. In each performance mode, you have 1 to 1.9, 2 2.9, and 3 to 3.9. Is the different performance levels. Well, you put it in eco mode, and it's easier on the throttle. It'll run it up to it'll shift it at around 2,500 RPMs,
it's just like
right?
one of my
But you
cars.
put it on performance 3.9, and that sucker will run all the way up to 6,500 before 6,500 RPMs before it'll shift.
Just putting the throttle play position.
Exactly.
Basically. On
Yeah, it's just a delay in the throttle.
Yeah, it just throws off the throttle position
It's
sensor.
a little bit of both, whatever. Because I mean, it's adjusting the plate itself of how much air can actually come in.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I have mine turned off. Obviously, if I put the pedal straight to the floor, I want that thing to be wide open.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, there is definitely companies, manufacturers will put in delay, past whatever for that.
I would just rather have it if JD's able to do it. I would rather have those settings done through the ECM.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it because then you're adjusting for AFR and all that.
Exactly. Now I got rid of the whole AFM and the VVT and all that. I deleted all that variable valve timing shit, the fuel management
It
crap.
threw me off because there's actually a VVT timing table that you also have to look at as well too.
Yeah.
There's so.
But I
much
don't have that though with that because I deleted it. If you have a Chevy that has VVT, AFM, fuel management crap that drops you down to 4 cylinders when you're at idle, get rid of it. Don't just because I know way too many people that they get that little plug-in that plugs into your
It
OBD
disables
port
it,
and it just disables it. No. Do a full delete, get a hold of Texas Speed. Don't even go online because if you don't understand it that much, don't go online. Call them up and they have people that will talk to you and you tell them, hey, this is what I want to do. And they will build an entire kit for you and send it to you and to delete all that stuff. It's like $1,200 for the VVT delete kit that comes with, and it can be more. Like I went with a bigger cam and stuff like that, but it's worth it. And it'll increase the life of your truck because otherwise your lifters are going to go out at like 130,000 miles.
Yep. It's part of their eco program, whatever, to kind of save fuel and all that stuff for VVT.
I'm happy with my Chevy. Chris said it still looks good. You can't even
Yeah,
tell
when
it
you
was an
pulled in,
accident.
I was like, I even stood there, I was waiting for it to get out. I was like, man, it still looks good going down the road.
Did you see the driver's side front bumper?
Yeah, but then you don't have
At
an
the very
LS.
last minute.
Leave that alone.
You don't have an LS though, so
Not yet.
that's why.
He's got an LT.
No, not yet.
I'm talking about the motor.
He's got the track version, not the sport version.
He said, I'm thinking. He's got to throw a Corvette motor in that sucker.
No, he's not.
Why not?
Because you need a car to drive while
VVT.
you struggle to put a Corvette motor in that.
That's why he's trying to get like an 88 Monte Carlo or something like that.
Yeah.
Just something that's a beater with a heater that he can drive every day and looks cool. And then once that's done, guess what? Then he starts working on the Monte Carlo and turns it into what he wants.
Buys another daily.
Boom, Merry Christmas. That's how the process goes,
Merry
dude.
Christmas, bitch.
You buy a daily, and then you start working on the daily, so you buy another daily.
And it snowballs, and then you end up with 3 cars.
Like me, I got 4 cars and 2 motorcycles at my house.
Yeah, and only one of them works.
No, 1 motorcycle works,
And one truck.
but all the cars. Well, yeah, the Taco needs work. 3 of the cars work. The Taco needs a clutch cylinder, and it's got a valve tick, so I'm gonna pull the heads off and replace the valve.
All 3 of mine work.
But I did find out that you can do.
One of them you've done nothing to besides
The-
put tint on.
I did find out that with the Tacoma, I can
What's
do
the point
instead
of
of
daily?
tearing it apart and replace
No,
the
it's
valve,
not.
I have to look at it, but you can actually do valve adjustments on it. So I'm gonna try and do a valve adjustment on it first and see if that works, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll go in, tear the head off, and
I do
replace
need
the valve.
to get Dylan in town soon so we can take pictures together because he finally lowered his mount.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, it does look good.
It was on the Malibu.
It does
Still
look
kind of
good.
looks like a Tonka truck. but-
I still like the wheels. Honestly, I like the wheels on yours better with the kind of the cast iron kind of looking
Yeah.
on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
This looks really
it
good.
does look good, though.
For sure. Yep.
This is just super clean and detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Mine's,
part of making it look good.
mine's realistic.
Yeah, House looks like it drives it.
Yeah.
Dylan's looks like it's never
It
seen
looks
it.
driven.
That's all like, my truck is.
It looks driven.
People are like,
and
oh,
regular
nice truck,
driven.
man. That truck is sick. Like, bro, this is my daily driver. It's a work truck. I beat the shit out of it. You know, I'm not. The only other thing I'm probably gonna do, other than fixing little stuff, is wrap it. You know, I'm gonna do I decided I'm gonna
You
do
playing with yourself over there?
like a candy apple
I was
red.
gonna say he's over there playing with his.
What
jingle
color are
balls.
you gonna wrap your car? You know yet?
He showed it on the podcast.
So I'm gonna do like a candy apple
He
red.
showed it on the podcast. Maybe you should learn the podcast.
Mine's a little bit darker than that.
Oh, more like a burgundy.
Gloss metallic black rose.
Okay.
Kind of cool. It's kind of the color scheme that I wanted to paint the Crown Victoria to. Was a root beer candy almost.
Yeah.
That's almost what I want on the Infinity. I
I want to do like a brandy wine or like not a brandy wine, but like a candy apple red.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yep, that looks really good.
That's similar to what.
Like,
That's
I
just a
feel like
little
that's
darker than what I want.
I feel
a little
like that
darker than
color
what I
is
want.
like really good for big cars.
Yeah.
They just I don't know, looks good.
You gotta have a big body.
I got a lot of yachts.
I want a
Got
real.
one here, got one at the house.
Because right now I just got gloss red. I want a real like metallic red with a sparkle and stuff to it.
So I don't want it to be too blingy. Like I don't mind the undertone, like flake, whatever type of thing, but it can't be the primary thing of the car.
Oh no, I don't want no prism or none of that crap. I just want the.
You don't want the bass boat look.
I want the.
No,
no,
God, no.
I don't want that. I just want it to
Only
look
those in the
nice.
yachts.
I just want enough flake in there that it makes it look shiny.
Yeah. Yep. Just enough contrast.
Oh, I will have to hit up Sam.
Yeah.
Driver door.
Okay.
Once I get that.
What's going on with the door?
It has dents all over it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all fucked. It's not fucked, but
It's not nice.
it's not.
Yeah, just let me know.
it's
I'll
not
give you
gonna-
his number.
It's not gonna look right once I put the wrap on.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
Yeah, you gotta fix those first. I gotta do that. I got 2 dents in my hood where I went to pull out of my garage. I was working on my truck, and I went to pull out of my garage, and the string from my garage door was stuck in my door, and I didn't know it. And it pulled the freaking string, and the garage door came down on my hood.
It has the driver doors. What I'm most worried about. It has like small hail damage on the roof, which
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about. But
I got some paint chips. I don't know if I need to worry about
like
the paint
it
chips.
looks like it
You'll
got.
have to sand that area down.
It looks
Yeah.
like it got hail
or
on it.
body
like-
filler.
Like-
Yeah, still prep it though. See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sand my rear bumper too. Wet sand it real quick.
You know the paint chipping on my truck, whatever, would actually be a good test spot for wrap.
A wrap?
Yeah, wrap
We
apply.
can do that. I'm looking at trying to get. Well, what I'm looking at is before I don't want to just go out and buy enough wrap to wrap my whole vehicle. I want to get like a test strip, that I can test out and try and use it as like a learning thing because I've never wrapped before, so I want to use it as like a test strip to kind of learn how to do it
We'll always buy extra anytime you're wrapping.
before. Well, yeah, exactly. But I want to do a test on it
Full
first
sending it.
Ace down by
One shot.
just enough.
Crooked,
But
oh well.
just
because I thought
enough,
about doing that with the
full sending
Honda.
it.
I thought about doing wrap with the Honda instead of painting it, but with all the curves of the tank and everything, I figured it'd be tough.
Full sending it, and if I hate a panel, I'm just gonna get black wrap and I'm just gonna redo it. Just two-tone that bitch.
Fair enough.
You're looking at what, like $1,200 probably for the wrap?
No.
I think there's some places
probably
you
close to 8 or 9.
you can get it cheaper.
Mm-mm.
You can get it for like 600,
600.
depending on where you go. Are you going to R vinyl?
No vinyl frog.
Okay.
This is growing TikTok.
Fiat wrap, 3M, and Avery Dennison are my 2 favorite to work with so far. That I've
So
actually
we'll do Chris's bumper, and then we'll do your car,
The trunk lid.
and then we'll do my truck.
And then by that point, I'll have enough drift events under my belt that I want to do a livery.
Yeah. And we can add that to our services. As far as detailing or work, maintenance work, we can do wraps too.
Yeah.
You can make a lot of money. There's a few
I
places
wanted
around here that do it,
I
but
wanted to do 10 on
You
my
need to get more lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna start doing that.
there's some tent I saw on TikTok. This shit was pretty cool though. It's actually removable tent.
Nope.
Instead of the sticky film that stays on there, they have
it's
some that.
it's like a magnet.
Yeah, it's like a
Nope.
magnetic.
Nope. If you're gonna get tent, dude, at least fucking full send it, dude.
I mean, mine came with tent, so.
Yeah.
But
I thought about trying to tent a Honda myself, just because that I could actually get to everywhere because I could just open up the hatch.
Yep.
And do it upside down.
it's all right.
Yeah.
I gave it another year before James starts working on the Honda and says, "All right, I need another daily driver."
It's gonna be less than a year. I got 7 payments left.
No, hey, the taco's gonna be for sale.
Absolutely
He's
not.
only got 25,000 on the motor and 113,000 on the truck. He doesn't want it because it's got the 6-cylinder. If it was a 4-cylinder, it'd be a different
He
story.
doesn't want it because it's 2 doors.
Yeah, fair.
It's still got jump seats in the back, so the kids climb up.
In the
I'm a
winter?
sedan guy myself.
Yeah. It's got 4-wheel drive.
No, Adam. I want a 4-door truck.
Yep. Yep. I love my 4-door truck.
Well, the thing I told my brother-in-law is that I was like, because I went to Dennis's and I took one of his long, like 2-foot 3/8 extensions, and I put it to the motor in my ear, basically uses like a stethoscope,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I found out the valve tip was called, the knock was coming from is the valve. Well,
It's called.
I told him, I was like, look, I can sell this thing for, $2,000, $2,500 if you want, or, I can dump $150 into it, $200 into it, and then you'll be able to sell it for like $7,000.
Just pour some Lucas oil treatment in this shit and then sell it for 7.
So I already did that. But I still, at the very least, I still got to do the clutch cylinder, which is like I can get for like $60 because right now it's doing a thing where when you compress the clutch, it's not opening the gate all the way. So I think the clutch cylinder is bad where it's not getting the right compression and it's not expanding all the way to open the gate.
Yeah,
So you can't put it in gear.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Want to end it off? I
Yeah.
think we're done here.
Yeah, I think we're
We're
good for the day.
Yep.
So,
Like, comment, subscribe.
yep, down at the bottom, big red button.
Stay tuned for. Is it at the bottom or is it at the top?
Yeah.
Bottom right.
Yep.
Over here.
Yeah.
And if you want to hear my roofie story, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices.
Sounds spicy.
Oof.
On that note,
All right.
we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.